Alrighty class, good evening. I'm going to be teaching you guys about alcohols and how to classify them from primary, secondary, and tertiary. So if we take a look at this slide right here, in order to tell them to tell if it is an alcohol group that we are working with, we can tell just on this bond or compound right here, COH, that will be an alcohol group. I can also see that this COH is bonded to this R, and we can safely assume that this R will be a carbon group, okay? And the secondary group, we can see that there's two R's, 1, 2, so this will probably be another carbon group, and that the alcohol group is right here. And then in the tertiary group, I see the alcohol group, and there are 3 R's, so it must be bonded to 3 other carbons. And that is how you tell from primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohol groups, okay? We will also be getting more practice on this other slide right here. Classification of alcohols, okay. Sorry if my background is a bit too loud. My siblings are playing a scary game at the moment. So in letter A, I guess, I can see that the alcohol group is at the end of this structure, this compound. And I can also see that it's only bonded to 1 other carbon right here, making letter A a primary alcohol group. In letter B, or example B, I can see that the alcohol group is down here, COH. Remember, that is an alcohol group, COH. I also see that it's bonded to 1, 2, 3 carbon molecules or compounds, whatever it's called, making example B a tertiary alcohol group, or tertiary alcohol. And in example C, the alcohol group is displayed right here, COH, and that it is bonded to 2 other carbon molecules, meaning that example C is a secondary alcohol group. And that is how you can tell the classifications of alcohol. Now in amines, I know that amine is a derivative of ammonia, and ammonia can look like NH3, NH3, or NH2, or just regular NH. These are the derivatives for ammonia, okay? Now, in order to classify them as primary, secondary, or tertiary, it is pretty much the same thing as it is with alcohols. We see that NH right here, right? The N and then the 2 H's, and the N right here. That we can tell that this is going to be, that we are working with an ammonia group. And this R off to the side is just one of the ways to tell if it's going to be a primary or a secondary or a tertiary amine group. And how, well, if you're paying attention, you can see that this is an ammonia derivative and this is also an ammonia derivative. We can also safely assume that this N is latched onto an H as well. So yeah, probably not though, most likely not. So ignore that bit, my bad. That was false information. But, okay. But yes, that is how we can tell if it's going to be a primary, secondary, or tertiary group. Or amine. Alright, some practice on here. So in example A, I can already see the NH, right? So, oh, I know that we're working with amines because I see NH, so it's ammonia. And this NH, this ammonia molecule, is bonded to one carbon, meaning that this will be a primary amine. In example B, I see that the NH is sandwiched in between two carbon molecules, 1, 2, meaning that this will be a secondary amine group. In example C, I see that NH is right here, and it is also sandwiched in between two other carbon molecules, meaning example C is a secondary amine, is classified as a secondary amine. Amine, bleh. English, am I right? And then in example D, the N, it's only N. But we already know that just from this N, it's going to be an ammonia or amine group. And based on that, it's also bonded to 3 other types of carbons. Meaning example D is classified as a tertiary amine. And that is how you classify amines, based on the carbon bonds or to whatever it is bonded to.